Joe Rogan, host of the hugely popular podcast, The Joe Rogan Experience, was visibly stunned during a recent episode after his guest, whose estimated net worth exceeds $700 million, shared a surprising and heartfelt story involving music legend Frank Sinatra and U2's lead singer Bono. The guest, music executive and businessman Jimmy Iovine, appeared on the show to discuss his career, contributions to the music industry, and memorable moments from decades of working with some of the world's most iconic artists. But what caught Rogan and listeners completely off guard was Iovine's recollection of a grand gesture by Frank Sinatra, directed at Bono during a crucial moment in U2's early rise. According to Iovine, who worked closely with U2 in the early stages of their U.S. success, the story dates back to the early 1990s when Bono and Sinatra were scheduled to collaborate on a track. The unlikely pairing had already sparked curiosity across the music industry. But what made the moment unforgettable wasn't the duet itself, it was what Sinatra did afterward. Iovine told Rogan that following their time in the studio, Sinatra, known for his old-school charisma and generosity, sent Bono a tailor-made gift with a handwritten note. It wasn't just any gift. It was a custom set of monogrammed cufflinks that had once belonged to Sinatra himself, accompanied by a note that read, "To the next voice of a generation." Rogan's reaction was immediate. "That's insane," he said, leaning back in disbelief. He gave Bono his own cufflinks and called him the next voice of a generation. "That's not just a compliment. That's a torch being passed." Iovine nodded, adding that Bono was deeply moved by the gesture and kept the note and cufflinks safe ever since. "It meant everything to him," Iovine explained. "Coming from someone like Sinatra, the chairman of the board, it was more than symbolic. It was an endorsement." The story quickly gained traction online, with fans of both Sinatra and U2 sharing their admiration for the moment. Many praised the way Sinatra, a towering figure in traditional pop and jazz, recognized Bono's influence in a completely different musical era. The gesture bridged generations and genres, showing that mutual respect among artists transcends time and style. For Rogan, the story also highlighted the unexpected emotional layers that often come with high-profile interviews. He admitted that despite covering thousands of hours of podcast content, moments like these still catch him off guard. "I love when people drop stuff like this," Rogan said later in the episode. "You think it's just going to be another cool music story, and then boom. Sinatra giving away his cufflinks to Bono. That's wild." While the spotlight moment stole headlines, Iovine and Rogan also talked extensively about the changing landscape of music, the transition from analog to digital, and the importance of artist integrity in today's fast-paced industry. Iovine, who co-founded Beats by Dre and later sold the company to Apple in a multi-billion-dollar deal, shared his thoughts on how legacy artists like Sinatra set the tone for future generations, not just with their music, but with their character and mentorship. He emphasized that for young artists, recognition and encouragement from legends often matter more than awards or chart success. "Those few words from Sinatra, that was like winning a Lifetime Achievement Award for Bono, even back then," Iovine added. The revelation offered a rare glimpse into the behind-the-scenes camaraderie and deep respect that exists in the music industry. It also served as a reminder of Sinatra's enduring influence and the ways in which he quietly supported younger artists, often out of the public eye. As the clip from the podcast continues to circulate online, fans are calling it one of the most touching and unexpected stories to come out of the Joe Rogan Experience in recent months. For many, it's more than just a fun anecdote. It's a moment of music history that speaks to legacy, connection, and the timeless power of sincere recognition. The story of Sinatra's cufflinks and the note to Bono may be just a small footnote in the long careers of both men, but it has now taken on a life of its own, reminding the world that behind the scenes, true legends uplift one another in ways that last forever.